Hello, everyone, and welcome. I almost kept myself muted for a second. But hello, and welcome to another episode of NOGcast with me, your boy. Welcome to another episode of NOGcast, okay? It's me, Julian, the main guy, Angela, the side guy, Chani, the third guy, Micah, the real one, the only real one on this podcast.
Yeah. 100% real.
But today we are talking about the gaming industry. Very vague topic, but I just really specifically wanted to go into like the new deal that just happened, trademark TM, between Xbox and Activision Blizzard, because that was a pretty big deal that just happened this past week.
$70 billion. That's a lot of money.
69 billion.
I can only dream of that amount of money, dude. I can only dream.
Yeah, isn't that like
That's too much money?
The biggest, like,
yeah, it's a gross.
acquisition?
Probably, honestly.
Like, yeah, I don't remember if it was or not. Let me look that up really quick before I'm talking out of my.
Yeah, look it up. Look it up. Thank you, Angela, for not cursing. It is a minute in.
Yeah, I was mindful of that.
Mother.
Well, you're already guilty of it, Micah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this deal was big, to put it, very put it very small. It was a massive deal. Okay.
So, yeah, it's not even the biggest video game acquisition. It's Microsoft's biggest acquisition ever.
Oh wow!
Ooh, Jesus!
Like, not even like a video game qualifier. It's just biggest.
How much did Disney even
wild.
buy Marvel for, dude?
Well, it's not like.
I guess it wasn't that big.
Ever. It's
It's just
like,
biggest for Microsoft.
Yeah.
Which honestly is still a big deal, because you know how rich Microsoft is. They're not a poor company by any means.
The second biggest was the $26.2 billion that Microsoft paid for LinkedIn in 2016.
Oh wow!
They bought.
I completely forgot Microsoft had LinkedIn.
I forgot that was a thing.
Like,
wow!
They did that.
Wait a second. They did.
Damn. We're learning things today.
Mike, I feel like there might have been a reason why Microsoft is being called the new Disney Online. I feel like
I saw a meme where it was like two, like, I don't remember what meme image they used, but it was basically like the entire world is either Microsoft or Disney.
Yeah.
If you look at video games, all Microsoft, baby. Even if you look at like tech things, like, I mean, Microsoft does basically have a monopoly. I can't speak today, just in general. Just expect that throughout this entire podcast episode. Me just not being able to speak, okay? But
Didn't they try to acquire Discord? I swear that happened.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but PlayStation did. Well, they're partnering with them. They didn't buy them. It's a separate thing. Partnered with them. It's
like soft buying.
It is kind of like soft buying. It's like, hey, we're contractually working together. But I'm excited for that to come out, to happen, just to show all the crossover between Discord and PlayStation. It's gonna be sick. I'm still hoping that my theory will be true of PlayStation putting their PC games in the Discord launcher. Like PC ports of their games. I would love that so much. It's my guess. For everyone out there, it's my theory as to what Discord's gonna do with PlayStation. Connect your account, you can play PlayStation games through Discord. I think they'll use it for remote play, maybe, as well. We'll see.
Yeah.
That'd be a great idea. They should. But yeah, this deal was wacky, especially because, like, the CEO of Xbox was making a big deal about, like, we need to reevaluate our relationship with Activision Blizzard, like, a month ago.
They're like, purchase.
And now they're like, bought. And I remember hearing like a joke of someone saying online that, like, this is like a 5-head move for them to just be like,
I mean, they sure did reevaluate their relationship.
5-head move to be like, they suck, and then their stock drops, like, people pull out their money, and then the Xbox is like, yes. The background.
So like 5D chess over here.
Honestly, though, it kind of feels like it. Because it was such a quick turnaround on that.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. But yeah, now they're working together, and it was funny seeing an interview. Oh god, I can't. If I had the clip, I'd react to it right now on stream. But there's an interview that they did with like MSNBC or something, like the CEO of like Blizzard and Xbox, and they were like talking to this to a lady, and there was one question she asked her. She was like, about the sexual misconduct allegations, and you could see the Blizzard CEO go from like smiling to like
It's horrible.
and then the Xbox guy was just like, yeah, we got him.
We got him, boys.
I mean, they are booting him out, the other CEO, but like with a bunch of money still. I mean,
Yeah.
they ain't losing. I mean, these people are like disgustingly rich to the point where they can just like stop working forever. So that nothing bad's gonna happen to him. But I remember, I mean, my personal opinion on it is that I hope that I can maintain optimism and go like, oh, maybe this will be better for Blizzard Activision, you know? Like they can have better management and treat their employees better. They're specifically their, lady employees, and also anyone who isn't white. Wow.
Wow.
I just
I hope that it
better.
might lead to like a shift in the culture a little bit.
I hope it wasn't one of those things where it was like, we got him, now we're just gonna be better at covering up, or or like we got him and now we're just gonna let them do their thing, we won't touch them. We'll just let them keep going.
Yeah, that's like my fear of like, we got him, so the issue doesn't matter anymore. Let's just sweep it under the rug.
Yeah, that's a fear. I mean, the thing is that company has a lot more like whistleblowers now, so I'm hoping that that will cause the company to have a good shift. That's the that's the hope. I never really played Blizzard games, but Activision, on the other hand, that made me sad. The only Blizzard game I played was Overwatch, so it was easy to drop that. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Overwatch is the one that I ever really played too.
Yeah.
What games have Blizzard made?
WoW.
World of Warcraft.
Diablo.
Yep.
Good chance you haven't played them, Mike. I was
thinking about it. I don't think I've played any fucking Blizzard games. That does nothing for me or to me.
Yeah. You said what, Angela?
They had Heroes of the Storm too.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't remember like anything about that though. Like,
I know about that. It's a MOBA, but
yeah. The only thing I remember is they had a lot of Overwatch crossovers.
Yeah, I mean they had crossovers like everything in that game, but so it was easy to drop Blizzard. Activision was more sad because I'm pretty sure they own like the developer like Toys for Bob, which does like the new Crash games. They did Crash 4, which that was like, motherfucker. That game was great though, so hopefully they didn't touch that one too much. But and then also Call of Duty, but and a lot of people still love that series, so there's that at least.
Peak of Call of Duty was Black Ops 2. Changed my mind.
I don't think anyone's going to disagree with you.
You can't. It's just impossible. That was.
I literally don't think anyone disagrees with that. Some people might be like Black Ops 1.
No, there was a better Call of Duty game. It was Call of Duty Ghost.
Don't stop joking, okay? People are gonna know that that's sarcasm.
Best Call of Duty game, hands down. Never seen another one better than it. I remember trying to play online once in that game, and it was a complete shit show.
Yeah,
oh no,
it was not a good game. Advanced Warfare came out right after, and that game was like, If it was like Whiplash, honestly, I don't know. There's something weird between those games.
I like Advanced Warfare way better than I like Ghosts.
I mean, it's true, but God. But yeah, good for Blizzard getting bought, Blizzard and Activision. Hopefully they get better management. I want to move on to what's your guys' favorite game companies, because I feel like that's a fun question. And Angela probably has the least to say on it, but like,
it's the last person.
You probably have a lot also to say about it. So
yeah, like I'd say that like I'm not really the type to have like a favorite company.
Well, how many video games have you played?
I mean, that's the thing. I haven't really played like that.
Nintendo is like, the most.
Like,
probably.
yeah, I'd say like out of all the companies, like the companies that I played, like most of them I've only played like 1 or 2 games that they've done, but Nintendo's like the one exception, just because like as a kid I really liked Pokemon games.
I have to turn you up, Angela.
Pokemon games smack different, man. I'm telling you.
They're good.
Smack
but like
different.
they but yeah, like I mean, despite really liking Pokemon games, I don't think it's enough for me to say that like, oh, Nintendo's my favorite game company.
I mean, it's true,
like
yeah.
So
the
yeah,
Pokemon
I just
company,
don't really have. Yeah, I don't really have like a favorite.
Damn. Angela just really likes
everyone.
She just likes Pokemon but hates the company, man. How can you do that?
Julian's out here like, oh, it's not your favorite, you must hate them.
Yeah, what the heck, Angela? You can separate the art from the artist. What the heck? It's wild to me. But Micah, what's your favorite game company?
Sucker Punch.
You can elaborate?
Yeah. You asked what my favorite was. I thought that was going to be a next question. Why you liked it? Fair enough. I'll just continue myself. So Sucker Punch, because they made games of my childhood, such as Sly Cooper and
we literally talked about this the other day. Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking Sly Cooper and fucking Infamous, which were fucking great games to me. And it's like I had a top 3, honestly, of games of companies that were fucking great to me. And then like I have 2 looking into the top 3 where it's like they could get in, but it's like fucking goes Sucker Punch, then Insomniac. For Insomniac, it's mostly the Resistance games, because the fucking Resistance games, fucking fantastic. All 3 of them, I fucking love each and every one of them. And fucking number 3 would be Square Enix, because of Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah, fair.
Only because of Kingdom Hearts, though.
Yeah, but I love Kingdom Hearts so much that it's all it needs. And then the 2 looking in, are going to be Capcom because of the Resident Evil franchise. Because I started playing I played 7, and then from 7 I've played each and every one of the releases that came out subsequently. So 2, 3, and 8, beat them all, and I've loved the experience of each and every one of them. 3 could have been better, but they were all really good in my opinion. And then not Warner Brothers, but NetherRealms.
Yeah, I see how you did that. Well, it's because their game company owns.
Yeah, like.
But NetherRealms because Mortal Kombat.
Money. Sorry. Yeah, but Mortal Kombat is it's a good one. I think those are fun. Chani, I know yours, but go ahead and defend
mine
yourself.
is Bethesda.
Shani's out here like Bethesda.
I like Bethesda.
You already know.
Yeah, I'm just like a huge fan of the Elder Scrolls and the Fallout series. Like both of those are really fantastic. Despite some of the game's flaws, I think they're amazing and they're my favorite games.
Some flaws.
Hands down.
16 times the detail.
No, we like Elder Scrolls here in Fallout, okay? I'm just joking because Bethesda
We're just joshing around. They do have a certain reputation.
They have a level of jank that's like that people accept because it's fun jank. Because, contrary to, like, modern opinions on, like, janky games, they can be really fun, regardless, as long as the
Can be really fun.
sandbox
Like,
is
Skyrim
good.
is kind of hysterical. Have you seen
I'm not gonna
Oblivion?
lie.
So funny.
The jank of 2042 Battlefield, from what I played, that was really fun.
I thought it was great. A lot of people don't like it, but I love the
I've seen
jank
a
in
lot
that
of people
game.
mad
Yeah,
about
I've
the
seen
jank.
so many people.
But, like,
Did you-
come
like
on,
that.
it's
I've
fun,
seen
though.
so many hilarious videos of bugs though.
No, yeah,
like,
it's so funny. I
Mhm.
love if it feels like a sandbox. Like, if I don't care about playing the objective in your objective-based game, and like,
Yeah.
and it's for like good reason, like I'm not just like kill, kill, kill instead of like capturing the flag. Like, I feel like that's good. I'm fine with that. That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not like I still didn't play the objective. We just did it in a great way, the best way possible.
The tornado is still the best thing in that game. Like,
It is
by a lot.
really fun. It was really good.
But yeah, I've seen like a lot of people that are mad about it because they're like super salty because they can't try hard because of the bugs. Like the bug that was like, oh, the bullets just go wherever they want, dude. Like you're just not gonna hit anybody. Like that's just
That's so
hysterical to
funny.
me.
It is pretty funny. But
And if I was playing that game to try hard, to like do like serious stuff with it, I would be mad. But that's not me.
yeah,
So
that's
it's
the
like,
thing is I didn't care at all because I wasn't trying hard. I mean, I
So
don't
for me, it was
try
a fun
hard in
experience.
like any FPS I play. I mean, like Splitgate kinda sometimes, but like barely even then, honestly. My goal is just to have fun. I don't care. I don't care
Yeah,
about
just have a
being
good
the
time, and
best.
really funny bugs can add to that.
They can. They honestly can. Like if I can drive up a wall in a game, like come on, that's fucking great, dude. That's a feature, not a bug. Okay.
I'm trying to think of like really funny bugs I've encountered.
But yeah.
I'll have to think on that one. Like I know that
Okay.
there's been funny ones, but I can't like think of them like at the moment.
I can give
There was that really funny phasmophobia bug that we ran into, Angela, where the ghost like charged at us and like
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
broke a
that was a
door, and
thing
it
that
scared us
happened.
so bad.
Yeah, it
That
like
happened twice, actually.
It was so funny.
Yeah, we walked into like the kitchen on one of the farmhouses, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the ghost like rubber banded at us at like Mach speed. It was so scary. And like it broke the door it went through, so it just started like spinning on its hinges.
God, the
It
amount of
was
times I've
so scary.
screamed playing that game. Jesus, dude.
Love that game. 10 out of 10.
You're tempting me to play it tonight, dude.
It's so good.
But yeah, I'll give my favorite game company actually before we move into glitch talk because that's pretty good. But I like Capcom exclusively for Mega Man. Because my favorite game series ever, but also I really like Monster Hunter now. Okay,
Monster Hunter is great.
I've always
yeah.
thought Monster Hunter was cool, but until I played like World and like actually played it for myself, because I've only ever played like demos of Monster Hunter games, never like a full game. And when I played World, I was like,
I'm glad that we were able to play it
Nice.
together because it's so much fun with friends.
it
Like,
is. It's very fun
Yeah.
with friends. Honestly, I just love how like the game feels so good.
There's obviously like
Right,
so
man,
much
I have to
care
do
put
that.
into it. Like
Yeah,
yeah, like all the detail, especially on like the monsters, is like so good.
all the designs are great. Like
Yeah, the
honestly
designs are
put
great.
care into that game.
Like the environments, like the monsters, it's just so good. The music also is really good. I love the music.
Yeah, yeah. I would say that's probably my number one. If I had to pick like a two and three, like that are up there but not gonna reach Capcom's level, maybe Insomniac, just because I really like, Ratchet and Clank. I really like what they're doing recently with
Like
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think they're great because they hit very well at this point. And Arcane Studios, which is under Bethesda, so
Yes.
I guess you got me there.
Yep.
Shawnee.
I do agree with you there. Prey is fantastic.
Prey is great.
Uh,
Dishonored is great. I'm
yeah.
playing Deathloop, also great. Love all of them.
and like Gorilla, I think did a good job with Horizon.
They've only got like one game though.
Yeah,
Okay,
like I just think that they did like
I feel like
they've done more, but
yeah.
like
that game's
but
really
like
good.
yeah,
though,
Horizon's really good. I'm really excited for the sequel. So like I'm so pumped.
I would say one that's also good is I'll say Yacht Club Games just because they made Shovel Knight, and then they got another game out that they published, and I like it, so I could say them too. Honestly, they've got 2 games. It counts. And but God, why am I blanking on the name of the studio who makes like the Souls games? They're good too, but they're under Bandai Namco. I don't want to say Bandai Namco though because they're like they have all the anime games plus Dark Souls. It's kind of weird, but that's what they do. They do mostly anime games. Code Vein's great though. Love that game, and it's very anime.
I liked making my avatar in it. I spent a long time.
I will say, maybe I will just say Bandai Namco and include the Souls games because I had a lot of fun with the Dragon Ball games, like Xenoverse, and like just Code Vein. I will stand by this for a long time until I see a different game with a different character creator. Code Vein's character creator making like your anime OC in like this vampire world is like the best character creator I've ever seen.
Yeah, I basically like made myself and it like looked like me.
Yeah, in terms of like creating your own anime character, like the color palettes in that game are insane.
Yeah,
they have like
I think, yeah, it's definitely like the most in-depth character creator I've seen in a game.
It's actually wild what you can do in that
yeah, because like pretty much everything has like, you don't just get to choose like from a preset palette. It's like you get to choose like whatever the fuck color you want. So like everything. Yeah. And it's so great.
I've never seen so many colors represented in front of my eyes at one time before. I'm just like, I didn't even know these were shades of brown. Blue has fucking like 100 shades, dude. Did you know that?
I don't remember. Could you put in hex codes in that or not? Or
I think it was just searching through different palettes.
Okay.
Because they had multiple blues and they had multiples of just like every color you could think of. It was wild how in depth that color options were.
I think that's the only way that it could have been like more in depth was like if you could just punch in a hex code. Like
honestly, yeah, because it was pretty insane how much you could customize in that game. So yeah, you know what? That's good. I want to play that game again, but
yeah, it's sad that I can't play it like in color.
God, I want to play it so bad.
Yeah, so like for everyone who's out of the loop, my college has a really weird like Wi-Fi setup for consoles. Because the Wi-Fi for like computers and like personal devices and stuff has a like a digital certificate that you need to connect to it, which isn't compatible with like gaming consoles. So I basically have to connect to like this other network that they have for like printers and like stuff that can't use certificates. And it has a strict NAT type, so a lot of games, especially multiplayer games, I just can't play.
So sad,
like
dude.
it's so sad. Yeah, so I basically have to wait until I get home to play like a vast majority of the games in
I didn't even get
like,
to play
my library.
anything too. But Angela has Code Vein, and then one other friend I have has Code Vein. I've already beaten it once myself. There are 3 endings. I was like, I'm gonna play this game 3 different times because I like it that much. I like the game a lot actually, and it is a Souls-like game, but it's really fun. It's more simple, but I like it a lot actually. The characters in the game are very fun. It really is like living through an anime. Honestly.
Yeah, from what I saw, I liked, so I'll just say that.
Yeah, and you were just at the beginning, so
I was at the very beginning.
You're literally just at the beginning.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Bandai Namco, it's great. It's fun. I'll say them. I'll do it. I've had a lot of fun with Xenoverse too. I guess they're just all about character creation over there. It's fair. I
mean, pick something that you want to put in your games and just put it everywhere,
Exactly.
Fair. It's not like the Cyberpunk characters creator, which is they were like hyping up.
They hyped that up so much, and it was just like, oh, you have like 2 options.
You
Whoa.
can customize your genitalia.
And then you had 3 options instead.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed. I was like, what?
Hey Brandon, what's up? Welcome to chat.
Nerd.
Nerd.
I fucking tried to call this man a nerd and I died.
That's what you get, man.
Yeah, I feel like while they're great, yeah, you know what? Let's go into this topic of conversation next, okay? Unless you guys got more bugs you think are funny, because we did talk about that.
I already
before.
talked about the phasmophobia.
Whenever something
was
like
so
clips
funny.
in the ground and starts freaking out, that's always funny.
Oh, what about the one when you and Micah were playing Warzone and his character was like freaking out?
Oh yeah, that did happen.
That was hilarious.
Is there a clip? There's not a clip of that. I should have clipped that, dude. I swear to God.
He was like a porcupine. It was so funny.
Micah, did you ever see
Great.
that happen?
I did. I watched it.
I love the ones where he would like come around the corner and like spook you because there's like this eldritch being like what?
I did love that part where I went down the stairs and like me and Micah held up guns at each other, and he was like, "You startled me. You can't do that." And I was like, "You look at you."
And he's like fucking polygons everywhere.
Yeah, just his polygons exploded out, so he was just like a spike ball, just walking around. That was pretty.
Oh, that was so funny. I'm sad that wasn't clipped.
Yeah, I should have clipped that. Honestly, it was a missed opportunity. We should play that game again on stream. It was good. But yeah, I was gonna say, what do you think are good practices in the gaming industry, and what do you think are bad practices in the gaming industry?
Crunch is bad.
Yep, I
I was
Time
agree.
gonna say
crunch?
that right away.
Yes.
Yeah.
The time
Like
crunch,
that's
yeah.
horrible. I
Definitely
would
bad.
much rather have like a game release later and have the employees be happy and be able to like see their families.
And
Yeah.
also just have a more polished game. Like it's
Yeah, and
you can have a
it's really
selfish
fun.
reason too. Like the longer they have time to work on a game, the better the game is, because
Yeah,
that's
like,
the
it's
reason why
just
so many
better.
terrible glitches happen in games nowadays.
Well,
So
Yeah, and it's like I don't think that it's even like, oh, if they have more time it'll be better. It's just like if they're not like super tired it'll be better. It can just be the
well, yeah,
same
that's the
amount
thing
of
is
time.
more time just means they
Yeah.
won't be rushed as much. They'll be able
Yeah.
to actually
Yeah,
have
just-
regular work hours that aren't
Well,
horrible.
and
Give
then
them
like
time to work. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
and then that gives like the company more time to like ask the like consumers like what they actually want. I feel like that would
Mhm.
avoid a lot of games coming out that people are just like, why is this happening?
It's so true.
Yeah.
Brandon said restricting games to certain platforms, not because of the game's capabilities, because the company's business practices. You're talking about
Oh,
Nintendo right now? Like, who are you talking? Or bad practices, or what?
I know that
Yeah.
that's like a concern that a lot of people have for
Yeah, everyone's
the
afraid about,
yeah.
like the
Um,
Xbox buying stuff and then being like holding all the IPs that they now
I
own.
think
Um,
yeah, there were a lot of people that were like afraid of Spyro being like an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
that is sad to like see Spyro remaster be done and not be
Yeah.
on the PlayStation like
Yeah,
list
'cause
of
a lot of
games you could
people-
have. I'm like, man,
Yeah, a lot of people are like, wait, but Spyro is like an OG like
it's
mascot of
so
choice.
sad. I see Crash up there and I'm like,
Yeah.
so it's Spyro, man. What the hell? They stole Banjo and Kazooie away from goddamn Nintendo too. Fuck. They should have kept them. I'm glad Nintendo got away with Donkey Kong though, because God, it makes me so sad what they did to my boy and my girl, Banjo and Kazooie.
Look at how they massacred my boy.
Banjo and Kazooie are fucking dead in the water at this point.
Bad times.
They're fucking gravestones in Super Smash Brothers now.
Sad.
Good. Brandon says good. 343 listening to players and making the battle pass easier, longer, and cosmetics cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the free to play model, that is true. That should be a thing, I think.
I think that like when companies listen to like their players, it's great. Like what happened with
Yeah.
like No Man's Sky and people being like, this is trash.
Yeah, because now I actually
Yeah.
want to play No Man's Sky and don't have friends to play it with. So that's like the fallback, because the game looks great now. It's like
Yeah.
so much fun now.
Yeah, that's another game I can't play in college. So
Yeah, it's sad to have it on PlayStation.
it's so sad.
I mean, I got it for free on PlayStation. I shouldn't complain, but
I think I got it on sale. It wasn't like that expensive.
Even though their game relies on transactions, yeah, that's free to play for you.
Or maybe I did get it for free. I think
we
yeah,
got
I think
it for free.
Yeah.
That will take me to I would consider it good leaning, but bad in some ways too. But the free to play model, for games, like game companies are starting to lean more free to play, which I think is great for like, having a game come out and you just instantly can go in and have fun. It's a little predatory sometimes, it really is. But I feel like me as a person, but I can't be anecdotal about this, because obviously there are people with weaker wills than me when it comes to their wallet or their parents' wallet, you know what I mean? So free to play games for me, I am perfectly fine with just not buying cosmetics ever, playing the game, earning things through leveling up. I thought it was messed up at first that like Halo Infinite's multiplayer was like, do challenges to level up, because it still feels like garbage, not gonna lie, but they did make it easier to level up, which is good that they did that, because people were making a big fuss about that. But like getting stuff every level up, I think, is a good way to not make it as bad of a thing. And if you level up quick too, like in Rocket League, you pump out levels like crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I've never seen a game where I've gotten so high level in such a short time.
Yeah, in Rocket League, dude, I'm like XP farming for real in that game. Just playing in a party, having the rocket pass one time. Like if you paid $10 one time, you can just carry that shit forever if you play that game just regularly. Yeah. You don't even have to play it like all the time. Just like because the seasons last so long, if you play like once every week, you should still have enough to just to get the next pass if you do good in the game, I'll say, because it depends on factors, but like there are rewards when you level up enough in the past that give you more experience so you can get more levels, so it's just like a feedback loop of like I just get shit. Yeah, I'd say free to play overall is okay. I'm scared of companies like Ubisoft leaning into it.
Yeah.
Or like EA.
Yeah, I don't mind the free to play model. I think it's cool to be able to like just try out a game and see if you like it without like, having to shell out $60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does encourage those kind of practices where you can get loot boxes or other things like that are not
my opinion on that is that because they were doing it anyway.
That's true.
In $60 games. I'm glad at least that there's a little more, room for the players to at least not get fucked over as much. Because instead of dropping 60, then dropping 60 more, you're just dropping 60 after playing the game for like 12 hours or more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like day one. So like, at that point I'm like, okay, they have a little more room. Still not great, but like, yeah, I feel like it's better than just forcing you to pay $60 and also forcing you to pay for a bunch of stuff. Destiny, Bungie,
no, Destiny's horrible for it. Oh my god, Destiny's like one of the worst. Like
$40 per expansion.
Yeah, their DLCs are so freaking expensive and have almost no content unless you life it. Like
it's like it's literally like we add in 2 hours of story content and a shit ton of side content, most of them being huge ass raids that you need like 100 hours in the game to experience.
And you also need to be like really good at it.
Yeah, you also need to have a team of 6 people who also have these missions available to them.
Yeah.
And it's
like a majority of the content is like weapon and cosmetic rewards that you get after like grinding for like hours. So you basically do need to like life the game to like make it worth it.
all their shit's like side content. They barely have story in their expansions. It's kind of sad, but
and then they like deleted the original campaign because they were like, oh yeah, we don't need new players, we're just gonna focus exclusively on the whales that keep buying DLC.
Yeah, it's true. At this point they
so
just
bad.
focus on their whales.
Unfortunate.
Man. Yeah, it's rough. They don't want to release a Destiny 3.
I never got into Destiny 2.
Yeah, it's sad, honestly, because you should be able to get into it. Like, why don't they want that experience?
Because I played Destiny 1. Destiny 1 was a fun game to me.
Yeah, I love that game, yeah.
Only reason like I never played it as much as I really wanted to is because at some point I just didn't have friends to play it with, and like those raids by yourself, like the in-game raids by yourself, is fucking hard as hell.
Yeah, they're impossible.
They are impossible without a team. Yeah.
So I just like I couldn't do them. But then it's like I remember like Destiny 2. I remember it came out for free at one point. I was like, I want to play that with my friends. In fact, so I'll like start off and then get better, and then play with friends. Comes to turn out, Julian tells me that the entire beginning of the story, especially like the one scene that I really wanted to see, completely gone. And I was like, well, fuck.
No, yeah, it's gone. Like you can't play it anymore. It's
oh
just
my
deleted.
god.
Yeah, they do not care about new players at this point. They shut off their doors. They're gatekeeping literally themselves.
So basically, their explanation was that like because they keep adding like DLCs and stuff to the game, the like game's file is just so bloated and like huge that like to make updates it just takes an eternity to compile. I think they said it was like several days.
And their excuse for that is well, because Destiny 2, by the way, because I did recently install it, is still like 98 gigabytes, I think.
Yeah,
and like it does not even have half the story content or missions.
Julian and I were going to be playing like the most recent DLC that they made free before it goes away too, because they're deleting it. So like they basically were like, oh, we're vaulting this content because like we need to like make the game file like smaller so that we can actually develop instead of making like a third game. But anyway,
it's weird because they're like their excuse is that like, oh, we need more space in this game, and then everyone's like, why not make a third game? And they're just like, well, we're making space in this game.
No comment. We're making space. We're vaulting, and they called it content vaulting instead of like just outright deleting it, because like I feel like saying that it's like vaulting instead of like sunsetting or like deleting is like, oh, you're implying that you can open the vault and have it accessible later, right? But no, like they're legit just like deleting it, and it's so bad.
Yeah, like the optimistic part of me is like, oh, maybe they'll make a third game, and then they'll push all the stuff back, and they won't.
They won't.
They won't
like
do that.
the development time of them making a third game is time that they're not making money on Destiny 2 DLCs. So it's like they're not.
But how much money have they lost though? Like I'm sure they're doing fine. Like I'm sure they could just like cruise on it for a while.
How much money have they lost to like the opportunity cost of not making a third game and not getting new players? Like
Yeah, I don't know. Because, I feel like making a third game would have definitely given them more money, like more hype for the franchise. But now it's just like nobody can get into it. So it's like, why should anybody be excited? Yeah, I remember was it like 2 years ago it won like a game award for like best ongoing game or something?
I think so.
And like now I wasn't even nominated like the past year. Just like, well,
because they got rid of legit their entire story, so it's like
they did.
That's
it's wild. I don't understand.
And the sad thing was like it was actually like, I mean, there were problems with the story and like with them just throwing like proper nouns at you, but that's just kind of how Destiny is. But like it was enjoyable, like especially to play through with a friend, and I'm really sad that like nobody else can experience it anymore.
It is extremely sad, honestly, but. Hey, let's just play Monster Hunter World instead,
Yeah,
They're not gonna vote their content. You know what Monster Hunter did and why I like Capcom better? Alright, listen. They released a $40 DLC. Oh, same price as Destiny's DLCs, all like 6 of them. But they released one, and it's bigger than the base game, by the way, just letting you guys know.
Oh my god.
No, like it's huge. Like
it's actually massive.
Julian and I still haven't done everything in it.
I went from having like 110 hours in the game to having 300 hours in the game after the DLC.
and the story in the DLC is actually like really long. Like,
yeah, it's so goddamn long, dude. It is great, and I love it. And there's so much post game too. Like it's without spoiling anything for the new Monster Hunter player in the chat. They give you a lot in the game.
They give you a lot, and there's like a lot of post game that you have to be like really strong for, so it's like an incentive to just like keep playing so that you can like get to this point.
Yeah, like Monster Hunter rewards its like it's long-term like the people who commit to the game too, but it does it in a way where it like sprinkles out things every once in a while that's like, oh, keep searching, keep going. That's
and
like great.
Which makes sense.
Yeah,
it rewards like its long-term fans, but in a way that doesn't like take away from new players.
yeah.
Like I think like there's actually like they encourage like older players to like help new players out. Like you can like
they
go
definitely
into like
do.
you can go into like an SOS from like a baby like monster hunter and just like delete the monster for them.
Yeah, so it feels great to be a
Like,
buff player.
Yeah. One time when I was like a little baby at the game, I was like I accidentally sent up an SOS flare. Like I didn't realize that I had.
Yeah.
And like I was in the middle of fighting something and someone just rolls up, plants a bunch of bombs under it, blows it to Kingdom Come and leaves.
That is one fun thing about Monster Hunter is like the hunts are very long. They're like what 50 minutes?
50 minutes.
They give you a 50-minute timer. They never like you can take that long, but it never normally takes that long. Like the first time you fight something, it might take close to 50 minutes. Every time after, it'll get shorter and shorter because you understand how to fight this thing and you can develop strategies like, you know, building bombs, making traps, just making yourself stronger, and you will fuck up this thing, go from like 50 minutes to like 10 minutes if you understand what you're doing. Nice. It is... I love that game so much. I will always praise that game.
I remember when we were fighting the Explodey boy.
Yeah.
That fight was hard as fuck, dude.
Yeah,
that was so hard. But it felt so good when we finally beat it. Oh my god.
The finale of it was worth it. I won't spoil it.
Yeah, the finale of it was 100% worth it. I won't spoil it as well, but
it was like so one of the few hunts that I legit got pissed off at. But then the ending was so worth it. I was like, you know what? I'm happy.
It was like some anime shit, dude. It was some anime
Yeah, it
shit.
felt fantastic. Like, and it came out of nowhere, but it felt fantastic. And
it came out of nowhere, and then I was just like, oh, we have to beat this now. We just have to do it. We can't do
We
this.
still have, by the way, just to let you guys know, I have like, you know, over 300 hours in the game, and in the post game, me and Angela still haven't found every hunt in post game. I just want to say that.
there's still some that we have to unlock. There's some that we have unlocked, but we get slapped by, like Electrion, dude. That
well, yeah, you need a team for it. So that's why I want to help Micah get up there, so you know he can get the DLC if he's feeling it. Then like we can go have at least 3 people. You know, maybe bring the other friend in. You know, have 4 people. Then we got a team.
Yeah, that would be so chaotic though. I don't think I've ever done a hunt with like that many people, except
we've done it on stream.
No, yeah, we have with and then we did Safi Jiva. That was fun.
Monster Hunter's raid battles too. That feel very involved actually. Like they feel
their raid battles are fun.
Yeah, they're great. I love Monster Hunter does a great job. We're hyping it up so much because we love it. All right.
No, yeah, we're not just saying this. Like, it's actually really fun.
You know, like I mean, anyone who knows me personally knows I don't hype up a game unless like I really think it's good. But yeah, like I love Mega Man, but I would never hype up Mega Man. I'm just gonna be 100% honest. It's for a specific crowd of people that like platformers that are difficult. I would not advertise it to someone I don't think would like it. Monster Hunter, it's good. We kind of ignored like the good practices, bad practices a little bit. We talked about like free to play, then went to Monster Hunter immediately. Hey, if you got a PS5 with PlayStation Online, play Monster Hunter World. Just saying. But yeah, are there any like other good practices or bad practices that we've noticed that we don't like or like, depending on which one? I like indie games coming up. There's not really a practice. I just like indie game companies.
This is kind of like, I don't think a lot of people will agree with me on this one. It's just kind of like a personal thing for me. But I don't like games that like don't have any lore like in the actual game, but it's all in like wikis or like a bunch of like random stuff that they put
I agree
out,
with that to a point.
Yeah.
Outside of the game, yeah. I mean, Destiny kind of does that too.
No, yeah, Destiny's really bad.
Destiny's really bad about that.
Like, I mean, I'm not talking about like Souls-likes where it's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of world hints and like item descriptions that you can read. That's like in game though. It's not like
yeah, because that's in game. It's just you have to pay attention, and like wikis just condense it for you so that like you can understand it. But like I'm talking about where it's like, oh, like they'll be like, oh, there's super deep lore, but none of it's actually in the game.
Yeah.
I think Overwatch also did this.
Overwatch is bad. That's why I was hoping.
Overwatch is terrible.
That's why I was hoping Overwatch 2 would be cool, and then all the shit that came out, and now it's like, oh, are they even gonna do Overwatch 2? Who knows?
Yeah.
I probably won't even get it. We'll see. I'm not sure. But
like Overwatch was really bad about it, and then like Overwatch kind of popularized it with like a lot of different games that like came out after it. Like Apex does that, Valorant does it, like League of Legends also does
League of Legends did it, so I mean they're owned by the same company. They're just following the League of Legends model.
So I think I think I'll take that back. I think League of Legends kind of did it first.
But apparently the Arcane show is really good. So
Arcane
is really good.
I haven't seen it.
But I think that's different. It's like a spin-off.
It is a spin-off, but
the lore, so
I mean all the story in Arcane is probably all you need for League of Legends, honestly.
As far as I know, I mean I haven't played League, but like as far as I know, it's mostly accurate to like the lore that was already in like the game /wikis/.
No, that's what I heard too.
But like there were some things that were retconned that they like so it's not like.
But I feel like it's a good way to get your League of Legends story if you want to see it though.
Yeah, I know nothing about League of Legends and I really liked it.
Yeah, that's pretty much all I've heard about it.
Yeah, so. like highly recommend the show. It was really good.
I want to watch it, but we'll see. I don't watch shows anymore. It's hard. I can't pull myself to do it unless someone else is there with me anymore. Like movies too, honestly. But yeah, that's a fair one. Going out of the game. I mean, yeah, I guess that's different. I think you came up with a really good description of it, because I was gonna give you a counterpoint and go like, but what about games that just don't have story and are just like very simplistic and it's all about gameplay? But you kind of covered that in your statement of being like, games that go for lore, but they just are like, it's all out of here.
No, I hate that. Where there being lore is like a selling point or something that fans talk about a lot, but it's not actually in the game.
I mean, I'll be fair. I talk about Mega Man story a lot, but the Mega Man story doesn't come from the OG games. It comes from like later. And I mean, it starts off simple, then gets cool. Because Robot Uprising stories are always fun, What about Sonic the Hedgehog? That game hypes itself up on story, Angela. I don't know if you need it.
Sonic.
What about my Mario story, dude?
I love Mario.
I love the Mario deep lore.
The really deep lore Mario being a plumber.
I feel like Kirby fans, me being one, by the way, so don't come at me for this, Kirby fans, okay? Definitely hop on like dude, Kirby's got great lore. But I will be honest and say that the games do not convey it that much. You have to like assume things because characters don't really like heavily talk in Kirby games. They're like NPCs that do, but like you do have to like look into things for Kirby games to understand a lot of story. But there are things that connect between Kirby games that I think are really neat. It's got a weird amount of story, honestly, that connect games together. Kirby's just always killing a god, though, so,
Good for Kirby.
Honestly,
proud of Kirby.
Good for Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby a dude.
Sure is. But I know it's a little fucked up to say, because this isn't really related. Well, they did hype it up for the story. I'm going to say Doom Eternal, even though I love that game. They hyped it up for the story.
Do people play Doom for the story?
That's why I think it's that's why I think it's stupid.
Julian, do people play Doom for the story?
Okay, don't come at me with that when literally the creators are like, the story is so good for this game. We worked so hard on the story. And like there was not really any story in Doom Eternal.
Yeah, I'd say that as like a Doom fan. I like Doom.
Yeah, I
like
love Doom too, dude.
So funny.
I like Doom, but like when I heard the creators go like, we worked very hard on the story for this game, I was just like, don't lie.
The deep lore.
Like they have story in the game, but like it's not like I just want to kill demons.
Okay, like
it's not that deep.
I just thought of like something that's not a video game that I feel like also falls into this category.
Yeah.
But Star Wars. All of the shit in the wikis, dude, that's not actually in, like any of the movies.
Yeah, I mean, there's like a very extensive universe
I know
Star Wars,
more than I
hysterical, and I love it.
Know. And a lot of it's not even like canon, but people love it anyway. So, you know, like all the old Republic shit. Fucking still great though. Still love that shit.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's a good example though. Of like all the lore around it.
Yeah, all the lore like not actually being in the movies and being like so much other shit.
Yeah.
It's true. You don't even have to care about all the other shit necessarily to enjoy Star Wars though, so.
Yeah.
Speaking of someone who's like only seen like 2 Star Wars movies all the way through, but you know, I know way more than I should.
Well, it's because you had like you had a friend that was.
Yeah, I had a friend who was so into it that I literally just have all this information stored in my brain that like I shouldn't know at all. I mean, I played the. Yeah, I did. I mean, I played the Old Republic game, but it's not canon, so you know.
I also don't like that when shit just gets turned like not canon.
Well, it's because Disney got them, and they were just like, "All right, no, it's no longer canon. It's just not a thing anymore."
I just really don't like that when stuff gets like retconned, like entire like games or like books or something just get retconned.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
It's what happens when ownership, you know, flips. Yeah. You know, it's how it is, man. Sadly. Yeah, you know, I'm trying to think of like another good practice. You know, paying your employees, that's a good practice.
That's a good practice.
Definitely a good one.
Not harassing them, you know, I also encourage them.
I mean, that is going back to the indie games thing. That is why I like the indie game companies that are coming out, because, you know, they're in the infant stage of like, we make good game. We treat each other cool. We're having fun. You know, and I love to see that. And I'm glad that indie games are getting more recognition. Because it's gotten less, but there's still people that are just like basically like, oh, indie games are hipster shit. Oh.
But yeah, I think that indie games, like a good practice there is like not being afraid to try out like really unique mechanics.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
Not trying to be safe, being creative at like every step of the way is good. Angela, is your mic not being picked up, or is it just me? Okay, you're good now.
Okay. That's good.
I saw your mouth move, and I was like, huh? I think it's just like a little off sync.
Was there like a lag? Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, having which a lot of big gaming companies don't do, because now they're leaning heavily into the open world RPG.
And it doesn't work for every.
Definitely does not work for every franchise. No, it works. From what I've felt, it's either like mega hits or it's just like.
Yeah, you gotta do it right, you know.
Yeah.
You can't just slap like a story into a random open world.
Bad one, Ubisoft.
Yeah, Ubisoft's terrible about it, dude.
Ubisoft is so terrible.
And they just reuse shit, and they're like. And everything's still broken and like
yeah, they're so awful about like cannibalizing mechanics that were successful in other games onto like games that like didn't even need it. Like after Ghost Recon Wildlands was really successful, they cannibalized the like dismantling mechanic into Assassin's Creed. So that was really funny. And then like Assassin's Creed also became open worlds. They're like, let's just make another Wildlands, but have it be Assassin's Creed.
They're like, let's make Assassin's Creed not Assassin's Creed by going full RPG with it, dude. Let's just do this shit.
It's kind of wild.
Like, Assassin's Creed RPG. Wait.
I love how there's an option to turn off the
leveling thing.
Well, you can turn on instant kills for like assassinations, and the game's like, we heavily discourage. We don't recommend. It's like, come on.
Well, and then another thing that I didn't like, that they also did the same thing in Breakpoint with like the maps and like the GPS. Basically, they were like, we heavily discourage you using the GPS to navigate this completely like bland map that has no landmarks.
God, yeah, I'm gonna rant about something. Shani, you had something you wanted to say.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say I played Assassin's Creed Odyssey, loved the game.
Yeah.
It did not feel like an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, that's the thing, is when it stops feeling like where it came from, it's not, it's empty. I don't know, there's something
It was
about
weird.
it.
Yeah, with the Assassin's Creed part, like
Yeah.
the story that was the Assassin's Creed part of Odyssey, fell out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was wild.
Yeah, like the Assassin's Creed part of Odyssey wasn't until like the very end.
The same with like
Yeah, and then
Valhalla
it just,
too,
it just
which is
blindsides you. It's
wild.
wild.
Valhalla just does not care about the Assassin's Creed story at all.
And then it was like in Odyssey, they basically like dipped your toe into the Assassin's Creed part, and then all the rest of it was post game that you didn't need to do.
Yeah. I mean, that is same with
weird.
Valhalla. All the big stories like at the end of the game and post game. It's like, okay, cool. After 80 hours, by the way, of game.
Yeah.
And then like the rest of the like solid Assassin's Creed stuff was DLC.
Yeah.
It's
like
stupid.
the Legend of the First Blade DLC.
Ubisoft, I think, is the biggest like when it comes to like the practices of let's just do what's safe for us.
Yeah.
It's so rough. God.
What was your like rant?
My rant was gonna be about the people defending Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Oh, that game is so bad.
I saw a YouTube video like months ago at this point that was like, you know, Ghost Recon Breakpoint's like a masterpiece or some shit like that.
It's so bad.
They were showing
it
was basically like a dude and his friend going through like a base with like the HUD off, and like they're like, this is the way the game's meant to be played, and they're like stealthing through like, guy on the left. It's just like,
my God.
Got him. Let's keep moving.
Like, they're basically like military LARPing.
They totally are.
But like,
so
it's okay. It's like if you need to like do that and you need to have that background to like say that the game is good, maybe it's not a good game.
Yeah, maybe it's not. Maybe just make the game by default be all of those things. You know what I mean? Like, don't start me off with a HUD. Like, advertise it like that, maybe, because they did not advertise it like that at all. So.
And the story was just trash. The story was just straight trash. It was so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think the stealth in that game is that great. I just think people are sucking its dick just cause.
Like, I honestly think that the stealth in Wildlands was better than Breakpoint.
Yeah, I agree. Like
the stealth in Breakpoint just feels like super random, and people will just like spot you out of freaking nowhere.
Yeah, like,
and then you just roll around in the dirt a little bit, and they suddenly don't know where you are.
Something me and Angela had a huge problem with in that game also was like every mission was like across the island.
Oh yeah, there was so
every
much
part of the
padding.
missions. Dude.
There was so much time padding to make it seem like the game was longer. Like you'd talk to somebody and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, fetch this like USB from across the freaking island and come back and give it to me." So then it's like a majority of the mission was just finding a way to get to the place that they told you to go.
Yeah, it was pretty whack, not gonna lie. Like,
we haven't finished it. We're just like, no, we can't.
Yeah, it's uninstalled on my PlayStation, dude. It's not even there. Didn't even finish the game either.
I think we got to the point where you could play the final mission. We were just like, eh.
Angela was like, eh, so that made me go like, nah. Because I would have like gone through it if Angela would do it, but no. Yeah, it's a shame. Yeah, everyone just wants Splinter Cell back, dude. They're not doing it though.
I don't think that's going to happen. Like,
I'm not gonna lie. That's why I got Breakpoint, because I thought it was.
Wait, you got Breakpoint?
Remember Angela? What the hell?
Yeah, I got Breakpoint because I remember Tom Clancy, and I forgot what Tom Clancy game I really liked.
No.
Forgetting that it was Splinter Cell, so I was like, Tom Clancy, understandable. I'll get that game because I remember liking this that one game that I played from Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
God, it was like, what the fuck is this shit?
It was so bad.
I mean, the best game from, the Tom Clancy series I hear right now, just get, Rainbow Six Siege or Rainbow Six Extraction. I've heard fun things about it so far.
I heard that I've heard that Rainbow Six Siege has gotten like worse though.
Oh, has it gotten worse every time?
Yeah, I saw like If there was something on Reddit that ended up on like all, that
Of
was
course.
like people being like, bro, Rainbow Six is garbage now, and it was like from the Rainbow Six subreddit. So
They
yeah, a lot of people are
damn.
yeah.
That's sad. Well, Rainbow
Apparently
Six Extraction. Hopefully that game's good.
Yeah, apparently like the balancing isn't very good or something. I don't
Okay.
remember a lot from it, but well, and also the community is very toxic, but it's a
I mean,
competitive
yeah,
game,
I
so
mean, that's just kind of expected.
it just comes with the territory.
Like people who say they
Yeah.
like Valorant, that game's beat out League of Legends, I'm pretty sure, for most toxic fan base. So
Yeah,
there you go.
100%, bro. On God.
But yeah, so I just Ubisoft is fucking don't think about them too much. Right? They're all bad practice.
Okay.
Let's be
You're like all right, bad practices, Ubisoft.
they have their own category. Bad practice. Them and I mean EA's got sub companies that I like DICE. I mean, who unfortunately only do fucking Battlefield at this point, but I love Mirror's Edge, so that's what they got for me.
Not playing another football game until EA has lost exclusivity over it.
Well, they
Which is
lost
a
it for
shame
Star
because-
Wars, but I don't know if they'll lose it for that. Maybe.
Sports games just seem like so expensive to me.
I mean, they are. For what they are, yes.
Yeah, for what they are, like FIFA and like Madden and all that. Like
Yeah, that's why at this point FIFA and Madden are just $60 roster updates, and that's why I can't play them anymore. I'll play things like MLB The Show, like I'll do them like every 2 years, and like things like NBA 2K every 2 years, because at least they try to change.
Yeah,
things
NBA
up.
2K gets like a story where you can make your own like player. Like that shit's fun.
Oh, did
And
you see?
and it makes it different every time. It's like not the best story because it's a fucking sports game.
Yeah,
I expect,
of course, yeah.
but
Did you
at
see
least they
the-
try their hardest.
Yeah, right.
Did you see the video where the dude like boots up 2K and like he goes into like the character creator and it looks exactly like him?
No. That
Oh, it
sounds
was
fun,
so
though.
funny. He's like straight staring at the screen for like a solid like 10 seconds. It's like, bro, what the fuck?
Did they? He's just like check for cameras, like.
Yeah, he like looks around. He's like,
I mean, I feel that I'm a default character in a video game. I remember the first time I opened up fucking Knockout City, I was like, "What? This character's just me."
Oh my god.
It's kind of funny, actually. Yeah, Micah, what are you gonna say?
I remember my brother when he played 2K. He did the thing where it's like you insert your face.
Yeah.
Like you take a picture of your face and then like insert it into 2K. And his looked surprisingly different from his actual face. It was actually hysterical how different. Like we groomed him like the entire time over it.
They're just like, nah, you don't look like that. We ain't doing that here. Something I will say is a good practice is pricing your games at, even though I feel like indie game companies should price their games higher, honestly. It kind of is sad that indie game companies are like, we'll do like $20 for like a 60-hour game.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, fucking AAA companies are like, $60 for a 10-hour game. Have fun.
Yeah, on the one hand, like, I understand, like, it's expensive, but also it costs so much to make them.
It's
so,
true,
like,
it
I
does.
understand, but, like, damn, $60.
I feel
Yeah.
like indie game. I feel like you should get a lot more time out of games at least if it's gonna be like.
Yeah.
Because now PlayStation games are priced up to 70, which
70,
is
yeah.
Oh, woof.
dude. Yeah. So. Like god damn, just like I love indie game companies for their games being $20, but like I always bring up Crosscode as like my favorite indie
Crosscode
game,
is so good.
where it's like I bought it for $20 when it came out, got 90 hours out of it. Actually, now I have over 100 hours because I got the DLC for it. That was $5.
Nice.
So it's just like, god damn.
Yeah.
Like indie games just they definitely give you your money's worth. They really try to do that for you, which is great. God, even like Shovel Knight, which is honestly like not that much money either. Even Minecraft is like bought by goddamn Xbox, and it's still like $27.
Minecraft.
It's like the most popular game in the world right now, and it's still like less than $30.
Yeah.
I've definitely gotten my money's worth out of buying Minecraft.
Like that game objectively at this point should be $60, but they've still kept it lower. They don't need the money at this point. Like it's wild, actually. But jeez, man. Yeah, game pricing is an interesting one. I mean, they don't. The thing is, like, making a game is hard, but they don't give that money to their workers. You know. I'm just saying. Like, what are they spending it on?
It's all about the shareholders, bro.
Like at this point, they just make their own engines and reuse them to be cheap. So like, what are you paying $60 for? For the fucking CEO to wipe his ass?
Yeah, what else, Julian? Come on.
Like, at least pay the workers more if you're gonna warrant $70 goddamn PlayStation. Alright, jeez. Ugh, man. But yeah, you know, it's the world we live in. Hopefully, it gets better though. Even though now, with people saying that Xbox is the new Disney, who knows? I think PlayStation should just straight up buy like Capcom. And straight up buy
they just end up in like a bidding war where they end up buying everything.
I mean, you know, if they're gonna do it, you know, just straight up buy Capcom. I'd be fine with that. No one would care.
PlayStation is all like, and I play Capcom in attack mode.
Yeah, PlayStation had to make a tweet after Xbox bought Activision Blizzard and was like, we're sure that Xbox will uphold the deal with Call of Duty being multi-platform. And Xbox is basically like, don't worry, we got you, bro. But like, that is a real fear. Because like, I mean, if PlayStation bought like Capcom, Resident Evil could still be on everything, you know? I'd be fine with Mega Man being specific to PlayStation, or like, who cares about Street Fighter at this point? Let's be honest. So like, I'm sorry. Sorry to everyone out there. Monster Hunter also, just saying, look, they have weird exclusives actually, because like, World was exclusive to PlayStation. Rise was exclusive to Switch. Both got put on PC like a year later. So they're kind of odd with their with that game. I wish that Rise got put on PlayStation. I would have played the shit out of it. I like the demo a lot on Switch though, but
yeah.
I might. Oh, it has a demo on PC, so I might check it out.
Very nice.
But yeah, no, I'm trying to think of another company on my PlayStation to just straight up buy. Capcom's the big one for me. Just buy them, you know? Just do it. Who cares? Go crazy. If not, at this point, Xbox is just gonna buy them all, dude. They got Bethesda out of nowhere.
You already got Bethesda, dude.
Like, who knows if Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna be on everything at this point.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's like an Xbox exclusive.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
It'll come out on PC, I'm sure.
I mean, it'll be on Steam, yeah, I'm sure. But like, it's still gonna be sad. It's gonna be like, damn, okay. And it's not like I cared about Elder Scrolls on PlayStation, but like,
so
people
sad.
own them on PlayStation, you know.
How else are you gonna be able to buy Elder Scrolls 6 5 times, just like Skyrim?
Exactly. What the hell? You need to have that shit on everything. Swear to God.
They make all their money from the people that buy it like 20 bajillion times.
I mean, honestly, at this point.
I have literally bought Skyrim or owned Skyrim in 4 different ways. I should buy it on Switch.
It is funny that literally everyone I know who likes Skyrim owns it more than 2 times. Literally, or more than 2 times. So
the Skyrim effect.
It is. It really is the Skyrim effect. If you bought it once, you're gonna buy it twice. Oh my god! But yeah, I think that's a good place to end it. That was a solid discussion.
Yeah, that was fun.
We honestly might bring this up more if I think about more stuff next week. But because gaming industry is a fun thing to talk about, I think. And my final note, will be, hey, support indie game devs, okay? If you're one of those people, it's like, oh, indie games, so hipster. Oh, why don't you just play AAA, dummy? Well, how about I, just enjoy playing a polished game that's less money, and with the insurance that all the people behind the game are getting a good outcome. You know what I mean? Just say it. Plus, they're just more fun, all right? Eat my ass.
No.
I have had way more fun sorting through indie games than I've had sorting through AAA games.
Lots of awesome indie games out there to check out, folks.
There's
So,
also lots of just like hilarious ones.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Like, damn, someone made a game like this.
I mean, I literally go on itch.io all the time on stream. Just
Do you remember-
play random games.
Do you remember the one that we played with the animals and they were stuck in the tomb? What was that called?
What game are you talking about right now?
The one with they were all lesbians.
Oh, that one!
Oh my god.
That one.
were
3
stuck in
lesbians and a
film.
barrow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a classic.
That was so good.
That one was pretty good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, I found so many like legit cool indie games through itch. So, there's also a lot of garbage on there, but like a lot of those garbage games are just like shit-based games. So,
I love ship-based games. They're so
Yeah, they're
funny.
fun. Yeah,
Those games can be done correctly.
they can. They definitely can.
Buff
So yeah,
Imposter.
yeah, that was a surprisingly good.
That was so
game.
good.
It had such good mechanics in it. It's so weird. But yeah, that's my final note. Support indie game devs. Don't think too hard about like the few who just grabbed your money on the Kickstarter and leave. Okay, because that does not represent all of them. Okay, don't try to make it represent all of them. Goddamn. But yeah, do any of you have final remarks?
I'm good.
Okay. Chani, Micah.
Not really.
Just to circle back to that Skyrim discussion. Buy Skyrim for a 4th time. It's good for your health. I am not a doctor. Thank you.
A Skyrim a day
Bethesda
keeps the
shill.
Todd Howard away.
It keeps the Todd Howard.
Sorry, Todd Howard spoke through me. Thank you. That's my final message.
Alright, okay. Let's get the Bethesda simp out of here. Let's leave. Okay.
Kick her out.
Kick her out, dude. Anyway, we'll have a long discussion post NOGcast. But with
I
that,
need to try and fix my PS4.
yep. With that, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode of NOGcast, please like the video, subscribe to this channel, ring the bell.
Sorry.
And with that, my name's Julian.
And I'm Angela.
My name is Shani.
And I'm Micah.
And it's been NOGcast. Talk to you guys next time. Bye-bye! In episode 10, baby. Bye-bye.